We're going here. All right, guys. This is gonna be the video of the day. I'm not gonna. Hey guys, you have to go around to the front. Yeah, they got them doors. Yeah, they got them doors locked. You gotta go around the front. What a day! What a day, man. You know, yesterday that woman. I'm not gonna say her name, and I'm not gonna try not to say anything bad. Blah blah blah. But I was telling you, I met a woman yesterday, and she set up this festival there in Sebastian. And I met her, and I already kind of knew who she was. I'd never met her or anything, but I knew she existed. And, of course, I seen her walking around, saw her walking around, marking out the sidewalks to put everybody's little booth, So as soon as I saw her, I said, that's her, man. That's her, And I even called her by name. Like Miss, and I'm not going to say her name right now, because right now she doesn't deserve it. I called her by name. I figured out who she was. And I said, listen, the first question out of my mouth when I started talking to her, once I figured out who she was, I was like, how much you charge for rent here? And she's like, I'll pay you if you can get me some pizza. I've lost my pizza truck. They had an Italian fest today with no pizza. Shame on you. She didn't think about backup, I suppose. So anyway, she told me, listen, this show opens 24 hours on. They got 24 hours to give me pizza, and I'll pay you. Well, of course, it wasn't 24 hours. I just, this was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I had just the day. That was it. I had all that day. People don't answer their phones. I didn't have 24 hours. I had about 8 maybe. And I did, man. I mean, I went and banged on several doors that were just, within walking distance. Hey, guys, I can get in here. And, most of the reaction that I got was just, you're not giving us enough time. We can't, we got to prepare for that, And that's what I heard the most. And I knew it was coming anyway. But I tried, man. I made a million phone calls, man. I didn't just try to get her pizza. I tried to get her cannolis and strombolis and anything that had an Italian name attached to it. I was calling them, hey, you got to get over here, and gave them her number, And of course, basically, they all said the same thing. It was either, no, we can't handle that kind of volume, or we're just, we're not, you can't tell them, hey, come up here tomorrow and sell 300 fucking cannolis, I get it, I've never been put under the gun like that before, and but I did the best I could, and there was really nothing I could do about it, other than going out there and start hand flipping pizzas myself, and then anyway. So it didn't work out so well. But, she did tell me, well, I could use some help, emptying trash and shit, and I'm like, okay, So I came back this morning and, I don't see her around anywhere, and then I finally, I texted her and I was like, hey, what's going on? She said, well, I already got a guy, picking up trash and It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not. All I gotta say is, if I ever deal with her again, the next time, it's gonna cost her. Because I don't work for free, and I don't like being made out to be a chump, because she used me just to, when we first met there, we didn't talk for very long, but I told her, yeah, I'm an old carny, I'll give it my best shot, and try to get you some food wagons in here. I called all the way over into Tampa, Well, now that I know they have them festivals in there, maybe next year I'll set up a Ferris wheel there, only I'm keeping all the money. I'm not paying you nothing to go through all my hard labor to the way I'm looking at it is you'll be lucky to have me come in there. It's going to cost you next time. It's going to cost you. This time you said you're going to pay me. Next time you're paying me for real. Or otherwise, I'll set my Ferris wheel up somewhere else. I don't give a shit. Well, anyway, so that didn't pan out this morning. That didn't pan out. I'm like, well, we were down to our last 3 cents. When I woke up this morning, I had 3 pennies in my pocket and about maybe half a dozen cigars. And we're breaking out the roll of paper towels and bottle of Windex today. And so we came out to the highway. We went ahead and, rode out of Sebastian, rode up to the highway, whatever. And we made a few bucks. And I figure I'll just camp out here, tonight, whatever, and try it again in the morning, and make a few more dollars, because we gotta make something happen here. I need some steady income coming in. The Windex and paper towels, it makes me money, it keeps me alive and all that, but I'm not gonna make a living at it. I'm kind of looking for some just day labor. And then that way too, it's like, hey, I gotta say, sometimes when I'm standing out there with the rolling paper towels and Windex, sometimes I make a pile of money, it's hit and miss. Well, I did shove some money back in my pocket today, so we're doing all right, we're doing all right. And, tomorrow, and I'm like, all right, we'll hang around in this neighborhood. But I was watching the weather reports, and though the weather is beautiful right now, it is, man. The weather is just so awesome, man. The winter is over. All right, but now comes the spring. Tomorrow it's supposed to be lightning and and I was gonna hang around this end of 512, by 95 here, and but I think by 11 in the morning, noon, it's God's gonna come down and water the trees, and you don't want to be anywhere near it, man, because he's probably gonna zap a few trees with lightning too. So y'all hunker down tomorrow. Go to church. By the time you get out of church is when it'll start. By the time you're out of church, the weather's gonna go south. So keep y'all's heads up for that. As soon as you get out of church, I'd make a beeline, back home and get out of it. As for myself, I'm kind of hanging out at this. Of course, I don't advertise corporations or anything, but kind of hanging out at this racetrack, and I'll go take a nap here in a little while, and in the morning, probably won't make much, but we'll just try to grab as much money as we can, and then just maybe hunker down here, until this storm passes, and it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be a really bad storm. So, hey, I may not even be alive till then, so we'll just see what happens, we'll just see what happens. But hey, I do want to give out. But that's what's going on today, guys. That's the video for the day. Still alive, still kicking. We're figuring out everything that we can. I do want to give a shout out to the Eagles Lodge. And the couple that gave me, I guess she works there. She's like, the kitchen manager or something. Or she works in the kitchen. And she's like, are you hungry? I'm always hungry, and I'll eat anything, as long as it's not beef liver, I'll eat it, And she goes, look, we got these bunch of these leftovers, we can't eat it all, I'm like, well, what do you got, man? And she handed me these 2 to-go containers, and like 4 containers of gravy, and these 2 to-go containers, and one was just full of turkey and gravy, and the other one was full of beef and gravy, man. I'm keeping the beef one. That one's going with me. But the turkey one, I'm gonna try to find somebody. I offered it to the kids here in the racetrack, but they're, well, we brought our lunch, and of course we're allowed to eat pizza for free. I don't think they get to eat it for free. I think they just eat it, and that's fine, because if you work in a restaurant and you go home hungry, you're a dumbass. So it was cool. I didn't push it on them or anything. I'm not a turkey and gravy pusher. But all in all, it was a fairly good day. It was. The weather, warmed up really nice. I had to strip off all that crap that I've had to wear for the last weeks now. It was nice, man. Real nice. Real nice. All right, guys. Well, pretty much that's the video of the day. I'm still kicking. Stopping tomorrow is probably going to be rough. I did look at the weather reports for, next week. They're not always accurate either. They're not. I could get lucky, and all these lightning storms could go completely around me. It's possible. Florida. I've watched it rain across the street and get a suntan on my side of the street. So you never know here in Florida. All right, well, anyway, guys, that's, I guess that's going to be the video of the day. I'm going to say what I always say. Love the one you're with, guys. Love the one you're with. All right, guys, I'll holler at you later. And if you don't hear from me tomorrow, that means I'm probably hunkered up under something, so I'm trying not to drown, because it's supposed to be bad, or get struck by lightning, because I don't want that to happen to me again. All right, guys, stay out of trouble.